My parents pressured me to forgive my brother for his affair with my ex-wife and her pregnancy, then demanded I support them financially. I found out about my brother Derek and my wife Sarah the worst way possible. I came home early from a work trip in March and found them in my bed. My bed, the one Sarah and I had picked out together 3 years ago. Derek didn't even try to explain, just grabbed his clothes and ran out the back door like a coward. Sarah sat there crying, saying it just happened, that they didn't mean for it to go this far. I filed for divorce the next day. My parents found out a week later when Derek finally told them. Instead of calling me to see if I was okay, my mom called to ask if we could all sit down and talk this through like adults. Talk it through. Like my brother sleeping with my wife was some minor disagreement we could solve over coffee. I refused. Told my mom I was done with Derek and wanted nothing to do with him. She cried and said family forgives family, that holding grudges would only hurt me in the long run. My dad got on the phone and said I was being dramatic, that these things happen and I needed to man up and move past it. The divorce was finalized in July. Sarah got the house because she could afford the mortgage and I just wanted out. I moved into a small apartment across town and started over. My parents kept calling, leaving voicemails about how I was tearing the family apart by refusing to see Derek. In September, my mom showed up at my apartment unannounced. She had this whole speech prepared about forgiveness and healing. Then she dropped the bomb. Sarah was pregnant, Derek was the father, they were keeping the baby and getting married in November. My mom actually expected me to congratulate them. When I told her to leave, she said I was being selfish and cruel, that this baby was going to be my niece or nephew and I had a responsibility to be part of its life. I laughed in her face and closed the door. October came and my parents stopped calling. I thought maybe they finally got the message. Then my dad had a heart attack. Nothing major, but enough to scare him into early retirement. He'd been working as a contractor for 30 years and had basically no savings. My mom called me from the hospital, said they needed help with medical bills and living expenses now that dad couldn't work. I asked about Derek. She went quiet for a second, then said Derek and Sarah were struggling because of the baby coming and the wedding costs. They couldn't help right now. I was their successful son, the one with the engineering degree and the 6-figure salary, the responsible one who always had his life together. Surely I could spare some money for my parents in their time of need. I told her no. She started crying, saying she didn't raise me to abandon family when things got tough. I reminded her that she didn't have a problem with Derek abandoning me when he decided to sleep with my wife. Dead silence on the other end. Then my dad got on the phone. His voice was weak but angry. He said after everything they did for me, putting me through college, supporting me, I owed them. That refusing to help made me just as bad as Derek. Worse, actually, because at least Derek still came around and treated them like family. I hung up. My Aunt Linda called me the next day. She's my mom's sister and the only family member who didn't take their side. She told me my parents had been giving Derek money for months, paid for his half of the wedding, bought baby furniture, even helped with Sarah's medical bills. They'd blown through their retirement savings bailing out Derek and Sarah. Now they were broke and thought I'd be the backup plan. They figured I'd cave because I always did the right thing, always took care of everyone else. 2 weeks later, my mom sent me a long email, said I was destroying the family by holding on to bitterness, that my dad's health was getting worse because of the stress I was causing. She even said the baby deserved to have an uncle who loved them, and my rejection was going to affect an innocent child. I blocked their numbers, changed my address, and didn't tell them where I moved. My Aunt Linda still keeps me updated, but I made her promise not to share any information about me with them. Last I heard, Derek and Sarah got married in a courthouse ceremony because they couldn't afford the wedding they wanted. My parents moved in with them last month, 3 adults, a newborn baby, and years of resentment all under one roof. My aunt said it's a disaster. Derek and my dad fight constantly. Sarah's overwhelmed. My mom keeps calling family members asking for money. I got a promotion in January, bought myself a nice condo with a view of the river, started dating again. I'm building a life that doesn't include people who think betrayal can be forgiven just because you share DNA. My parents made their choice when they sided with Derek. Now they get to live with it.